Welcome everybody to Big Ben and Ty Sports Cave. Again, of course, as always, we have Big Ben and we got Wade. So let's before we get started, again, Wade, go ahead and give Bayleaf Indian Restaurant and Bar a good shout out here for everybody.
All right. Yep. Bay Indian restaurant and bar located downtown Peoria. They were just recently featured by News Channel 25, that You Gotta Eat program.
Oh,
Uh,
really? That's cool.
yeah. So again, these guys are getting notoriety and fast, guys. It's not just us talking about them. Um,
Right.
and they're getting notoriety for a reason, because it's a great place to eat with great food. Like I said, great service, great reviews. Um, like I said, I'm gonna try and get down there tomorrow. I can't make promises, but I really want to try and get there Sunday to eat. Just depends on how my schedule shakes out, because
Which
I
is understandable.
yeah, which I really want their food, so I'm gonna try and get.
Hey,
So,
Jared.
like I said, go down there and get yourself a bite to eat. They cater to taste. If you don't like spicy food, they can hook you up still. If you do like spicy food, you're definitely taken care of. So, I mean, get down there, leave your car down there for free before the game, and you can walk up there, although it might be a little cold this time, but it's okay. Um, yeah, get down there and tell them Wade sent you. Great food, guys.
Well, maybe having some of that spicy stuff will keep them warm while they walk.
There you go.
But yeah,
That too.
all right.
All right.
Great place.
So, yeah, get down there, get some food. Like I said, park your car there. I know probably tomorrow you probably don't want to walk because it's super cold, but on a normal night, go eat there, leave your car there, walk up to the Carver Arena, watch some Rivermen hockey. We're gonna start the show with um, a new segment. It's called the Rivermen Suitcase Report. Which, as of right now, we have 4 Rivermen that are called up to the ECHL. Mike Gillette is with Utah. Last night he played. He got 0 points and he got 2 penalty minutes last night. Bostet is in Tahoe. Tahoe, I believe, is how you pronounce it. Tahoe, I think it's Night Monsters or something like that. He did not play last night.
Go Ice Dogs.
Divine played. He got 0 points. He is with Reading still. And Fox is still with Bloomington. He actually was their starting lineup last night, I believe.
Oh, cool.
I believe he started. And he also got 0 points. So I hope you guys enjoyed that section. We're going to keep that section going. Not a whole lot to talk about today because, 0 points and Bostet didn't play. But yeah, this is going to be our Rivermen Suitcase Report. And
new feature for the show, which is pretty cool. I
Yeah.
like it. I like it because, they're still Rivermen, even though they're called up. So with that said, us Rivermen fans, we like to know how our Rivermen are doing in a higher level. So this gives us the show the opportunity to let the fans know what's going on with them. So
yeah, Wade,
what
what are you excited about the new section?
Oh,
I think it's going to be good.
I love the new section. I thought that was a brilliant idea. I love the image too. That's a pretty cool image to have. So yeah, I'm excited about that, and I'm sure everybody would like to know how our Rivermen are doing up there in the East Coast.
Yeah, and the reason why I didn't include like Ernst and all that is because he is technically not a Riverman this year. He is with the ECHL. But I did hear Ernst is doing very well with his team. And like I said, hope nothing but the best. We wish we had him back in Peoria, but
Yeah.
he's doing great up there. So
yeah, exactly.
we'll get right. Yeah, so we'll go right into last night's game. Rivermen won 3-1 against the Quad City Storm. McChesney with a hat trick last night. Tino saved 23 out of 24 shots. So as you can tell, McChesney scored all 3 of those points. The Storm, Leaf Matson scored their only goal, and Steves was in goal for them, and he went 25 for 27. Last night, I don't know if it was just me, but I saw a lot of no-look passes last night that did not connect. The passing was not crisp again, that it has been in the past. Wade, do you agree with me on that?
Yeah, I think sometimes Rivermen can get into the habit of trying to be quote unquote fancy,
Mm-hmm.
and try to be fancy with their passes with the no look, or they try to pass to a certain spot hoping a teammate will be there, and sometimes they're not there, because they're not really looking, they're just kind of passing to a zone thinking a teammate's going to be right there, and they're not on the same page. So I
Yeah,
did see some of that last night for sure, especially in
yeah,
the first period.
yeah. No, and I saw that a lot. Like you said in the first period, there was a lot of that passes going on in the neutral zone, and we can't have. I mean, you just can't have no look passes not connect in the neutral zone, because that can turn into a 2-on-1 rush or a 3-on-1 rush or even a breakaway sometimes. So I think that was my pet peeve for last night's game, was there was just too many no look passes. Also, we were getting outshot last night,
Mm-hmm.
there for a little while. I think they had already 6-7 shots on goal, and we had maybe one, I think, at one point in the first period.
I think that's about right, because that's what the highlight reel that I was watching earlier was mentioning.
Yeah, and it's just, yeah, they weren't getting pucks in deep. They weren't getting pucks to the net, and I was actually kind of nervous there for a little while, the first part of the period. I'm just glad we didn't go into overtime.
Yeah.
that was the big thing. Uh, so again, last night I think we looked okay. We're still down a spot on the roster, which we did fill today. We claimed somebody. I think I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but we did claim somebody today. So our roster is full as of right now, I believe. And Wade, what else did you take away from last night? Like I said, I took away that, a lot of no look passes, like you said earlier, getting a little too fancy sometimes, doing too much with the puck is what I like to call
Yeah.
it. But
Well, like I said, I've seen a lot of the same things. I'm right with you. I think we got off to a very shaky, slow start, especially that first 10 minutes. It did have me worried a bit. It seemed like the guys were a little sluggish, a little sloppy with the puck, like you said, turning it over. And we really allowed them to press us and pressure us hard. And we weren't responding well at first. They were pretty much imposing their will, doing what they wanted with the puck. We've seen one early shot that ringed off the crossbar that Tino really didn't seem to know where that puck was. And then you had an early goal by Leaf Matson quick into the game. And yeah, I got to admit, I was a little worried, especially because of that start. The back half of the first period, though, coming down towards the 5 minute, you've seen Rivermen finally start to get their legs under them and respond well. And that's when McChesney got his first goal, and they just took off from there.
Right.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
little rabbit trail, real quick. The guy that we just acquired, his name is Damon Feuerseth.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
And
it looks like Eric said he was from the Bulls, so
that's what I'm
from
about to
Birmingham.
say. It says he got decent league career and had a brief stint with the Bulls.
So he is a winger. It looks like we're getting another winger, which, I mean, right now we're good on the defensive side, I believe. Um, Speaking of defensive side, we might as well go ahead and talk about it. Last night, Kyler Fenton's hit on I forgot who even he hit, to be honest. Wade, I'm going to ask you straight up. Did you think that was a dirty hit?
I don't think it was super dirty. Live, I thought it was a pretty nice open ice hit, separating player from puck. On the replay, it did look you got him up high, possible head contact. So I mean, like he might have got his elbow out a little bit. So I don't know what's going to come of that, honestly. Sometimes it's hard to judge the league. Could he technically be suspended? Yes. I think he was more in danger to being suspended, though, if a penalty wasn't called, ironically enough. But we could see Fenton sit out at least a game for that. It is a possibility, so we need to be prepared for that. If he would have kept his elbow down, though, I mean, there would have been absolutely nothing wrong with that hit. It was the elbow that caught him up high. When he exploded into the hit, he kind of lifted his elbow up a bit. It was hard to tell if he really caught him in the face or not, or if the guy just jerked his head back. I mean, it was still a hard hit. I'm sure the guy felt it. I mean, it probably wasn't pleasant to get hit like that, but yeah, there's a good possibility we could see Fenton sit out a game for that one.
Yeah, and I sort of agree. Live, I thought it was like you said, a clean hit, and I still think it wasn't a dirty hit. Let's just say that.
Right.
I mean, yeah, he might have caught him up a little bit up high, but sometimes that happens. And I know there's going to be some Quad City fans on here probably listening to me saying, well, you said ours was dirty, but how can you not say yours wasn't dirty? I'm not saying it was clean 100%, but the guy got right back up.
Yeah, and
pretty much.
That was a different kind of hit. For one, your guy had the puck.
So, yeah. So, I mean, before you start comparing oranges to apples, let's really look at that, So, yeah, like I said, I think it was at time I thought it was a clean hit. I did look at the replay today a little bit last night when I got home. Yeah, I mean he kind of chicken winged him a little bit, but I mean it's one of those where you just toss a coin if he's going to get called on that. To me,
Makes
anyway. It was just such a fast play.
Right.
And then, the fight that happened right after it. Yeah, it was because of the size difference. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm just going to throw my hands up in the air on that one because, like I said, they can check Connor Schmuel perfectly fine, but whatever. So yeah, the next thing I wanted to talk about is what did you think of the new player, Sorota, or however you say his name is? I personally thought he did really well last night. First game with us. He got involved a little bit. I know it's probably going to take him some time to learn our system and get in there full speed. But what did you think of him, Wade? I thought he did pretty good.
I did. I thought he played well too. I seen some things I did like from him. Obviously, first few shifts, you're just trying to get your feet wet.
Yeah.
With your new team. I did like his speed. He did show breakaway speed at times. He handles the puck well. I did see him cut in front across the net a few times and get some good shots on net. So, like I said, I do have some high hopes for him. I thought he played very well for first game with the Rivermen, so I'm hopeful.
Yeah, and I agree. He looked good. Like I said, his first game with a new team, and he got to get used to our system. And like we said before in the past shows, if you come from a different team, Guy's system is completely different than everybody else's scheme, or
Yeah.
scheme and stuff. So yeah, and little side note here, my son played this morning and he scored 3 goals this morning, and
Oh, sweet.
he actually hit them with the McChesney celebration.
I love that. Nice.
So yeah, that was funny. I thought I'd throw that in there, but yeah, he
No,
he
that's
hit him
really
with the
cool.
McChesney. Um, but let's talk about Tino last night. He looked pretty good. Um, he did worry me at the first of the period. I was like, okay, come on, Tino, you've been good. Let's not slip back. And but other than that, he was a stone wall pretty much for the rest of the night. What was your analyst on that, Wade? Like I said, I thought he did good the rest of the game.
I mean, yeah, right on par with you. Like I said, it kind of looked a little shaky at the start, and I was just like, "Come on, Tino, man! Like, I want to get behind you here tonight. I know you're capable, and so let's just shake off that first couple of shots. I know your defense wasn't helping you, but like I said, that last 5 minutes, he made a couple of good saves, and McChesney scored. And it wasn't just the players that seemed to turn around after that. It was Tino as well. And I seen him make some brilliant saves because Storm could have had probably at least 2 more goals that period. I mean, so you got to give him props. I know we've been a critic of his, and I know at times we can sound harsh, but in that same breath, you got to give credit when credit's due, and he's been stepping up lately, and he has.
Yeah,
If you read off his numbers, he has damn good numbers still. I
he
mean,
does.
he
He
does.
does.
So yeah, I was definitely happy for Tino. I was glad he was able to shake off that first couple of minutes, refocus, and he really locked it down after that. So I love that.
Yeah, yeah, he did. And like I said, first part I was a little nervous, but then like Jared said, he was sharp pretty much the rest of the game. Um, and it looked like the defense started kind of stepping up too a little bit too. I mean, like you said just a little bit ago, the defense was not helping Tino at the first part of the game. There was a lot of mental mistakes, a lot of passing mistakes. Um, there was one on the power play where Tino passed it to the corner and no one went and got it right away. And I'm like, all right, guys, come on.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
Yeah.
are we not getting in the puck, or are we just going to let the Storm go and get it?
Right.
Like, it was a little off sync, I think. The first, I would say first 5 minutes of the first period. The boys just did not look like they were in sync. But that changed right away, and then McChesney got the goal into the first period, and then we kind of started rolling in the second period. McChesney got his second, and of course, thank goodness we didn't go into overtime, because that would have been the fourth straight game into overtime.
Right.
And yeah, I am glad that I'm glad we have a day off today, to be honest. It'll be nice to give them a little break and get ready for Evansville, which Evansville and Quad Cities are playing as we speak. So as of right now, all the listeners, the game is still on tomorrow. I believe the game will go on tomorrow as planned. Tomorrow is Family Fun Day. Post-game skate with the team. So come on out, support the Rivermen. I think the plan, I heard this from multiple sources, Quad Cities was actually going to Evansville right after the game last night. And then after the game today, Evansville is heading towards Peoria as of the end of the game today. So that way they are in Peoria tonight, so they can play tomorrow at Carver Arena. So as of right now,
just in case if the weather gets really bad tomorrow morning and afternoon, they're already here, so that way they can play.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
That way yes, that way it doesn't have to be rescheduled, because we all know how rescheduling stuff with Carver Arena goes.
Right.
So speaking of that, tomorrow, that's kind of because unless anybody else has something to say about last night's game.
No, I'm good myself. Personally.
Wade?
No, I think we covered it pretty well.
Yeah, it's just, like I said, it wasn't
cool. McChesnick, however you say his last name.
I did lose a hat. I did throw a hat on the ice. Actually, it was this exact hat I threw on the ice. I had to rebuy it. So did lose a hat.
But yeah, no, McChesney, like I said, hat trick, awesome for him.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I'm glad he's starting to heat up maybe again, and maybe this is things to come. But yeah, let's move on to tomorrow's game. Evansville comes into town. As of right now, I believe the series between the Rivermen and Evansville is tied. They have won the same wins as we do against them. So Eric says, end of the first, Evansville and Quad Cities tied with 14 shots and 7 for Evansville. Okay. All right. So
the update.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Come on, Quad Cities, tire them out.
Yeah.
Get them a little tired today. So yeah, tomorrow I think it's gonna be a battle. Evansville is tough this year, as they were last year. Like I said, to me they're like number one in block shots. They always block shots really well when they come to Peoria. Their goaltender is good too as well, and I think we need to make sure the lanes are open to shoot. So, Wade, what are you thinking about tomorrow game against Evansville?
Before I get into tomorrow's game, just want to shout out Stead and Hayden Stewart did get into a goalie fight last night.
Oh, yep.
Between Thunderbolts and Bulls. I haven't seen a good old goalie fight in a while, and that was a good one. So
speaking of that, what is the deal with that? Because isn't that like in all that has been with the past week? Isn't that like the fourth goalie fight in the past week with the different teams throughout the different leagues? Because wasn't there one?
You had one in the NHL.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, I love it. I've always been. I mean, fans. I mean, how do you not love a goalie fight? I mean,
right.
They are an awesome thing to watch. Like I said, I watched a couple of different replays. I did love the one that in the NHL, and I loved Stead and Stewart. They both got some good shots in on each other. So yeah, that was a great tilt. So shout out to goalie fights because that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But Anyway,
Real quick, Wade. Let's answer Eric's. My brother. Do you think McChesney should get consideration of the captain? No. Bear is the captain. He is going to be the captain for the rest of the year. Now next year, if Bear doesn't come back, is he a possibility? Yes. If McChesney stays with the team next year, is he a possibility? Yes.
I agree.
I haven't heard anybody say who's possibly retiring after this year, who's not. So that we don't know yet. So
Because you still
to
got
answer your question,
you still got a half a season to go, so you don't really think about it until close to the end of the season, right?
yeah.
If you want to
So
retire
as
or
of
not, or so.
yeah. So to answer your
Anyway,
question,
sorry.
Eric, no. So go ahead, Wade.
yeah. So coming in Sunday, like I said, I think we do have an advantage on the Thunderbolts. We don't have to travel in this weather, and we got today off. We're not playing today. Like what you said yesterday, we're sleeping in our own beds. So I do think that extra rest is definitely an advantage in the fact that we don't have to travel. So we got that going for us. Evansville, even though they're still sharp and still dangerous, they have kind of cooled off. They're not playing as hot as they were at the start of the year. So I do think this is a winnable game. Look, we got 9 straight wins, guys, and undefeated in 2026. I couldn't be more proud to be a Rivermen fan right now because, in spite of the call ups, in spite of the injuries, we're still out there. We're still working hard. We're still winning games, and we got a chance to win 10 straight games, which is awesome. Anytime you win 10 in a row, how can you not be
Yeah.
happy? So,
Yeah.
Now is that a league record now, or is it
it's not a
close?
record, but it's a league high. So right now, 9 is the highest win streak throughout the league involving all teams. Yeah, the previous was set by Thunderbolts towards the beginning of the year. I believe they had 7 straight wins. So
Yeah.
we passed them. But they're
Okay.
going to come in hungry. They don't want Rivermen to get 10 straight.
Right.
If anybody, the team's going to take pride in, breaking that win streak. So
Yeah.
everybody's going to want to do that. And I want to win 10 in a row because we have a tough road trip coming up to end the month going to Huntsville. So
Yes.
I would like to see us at 10 games, and I think we are more than capable of reaching that mark. It's going to be tough. We're going to have to earn it 1,000%, but I definitely think Rivermen are capable continuing this win streak on into the last part of this month when we travel to Huntsville. So I'm looking forward to the matchup. It should be another great physical battle between both these rivals. And I can't wait for it myself.
Yeah, it's going to be a very tough battle next weekend against Huntsville, and it's in Huntsville. So that's going to be a definitely a test for the Rivermen next weekend. Yeah, I think you hit it spot on again. Like I said, I think today helps us rest. Maybe they're relaxing watching the game today. Kind of seeing, kind of scouting out Evansville. But Evansville is very aggressive, especially when it comes to the penalty kill. They have hurt us on the penalty kill. We're on the power play, and like I said, they are very aggressive coming towards us on the power play, and sometimes that actually catches us off guard, and a lot of breakaways, a lot of 2-on-1s happen when teams are aggressive on the Rivermen power play. I'd like to see. Honestly, I would like to see Connor in the goal tomorrow. Now, will we see him? I don't know. I mean, I could see Guy with the day off today going with Tino again tomorrow. But honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Connor again, giving him a couple, give him another game to make him established. I think he needs to play too, because again, we don't know if Jack's coming back. He might come back for less than 24 hours, then gets called right back up. That's what happened the last time. Wade, what's your opinion on tomorrow's starting goalie situation?
Yeah, with you, I'd like to see Connor McNamara back in net for sure. We got to see more of him. Got to take advantage while he's here. Give Tino that rest. Keep him fresh. So I this is the time that I like the rotating goalie style. So Tino played good. Let's go into next week into Huntsville on a high note. With him playing well, only allowing a goal, having a win, and then McNamara can hopefully get us to win against Evansville, and we go in there feeling pretty good about ourselves. Last time we went into Huntsville, I'm not saying this is going to happen, so Huntsville fans, if you happen to be watching, not saying this is going to happen, but last time you were there, we swept them, and we were the only team to sweep them last year. So, that just goes to show you when the Rivermen are on confident, they're more than capable of playing well against anybody in this league. It's always going to be a tough test. It's always going to be earned, especially against an organization like Huntsville. To me, Huntsville is a Class A organization. Okay, they're cream of the crop in this league. So I mean, it's never an easy matchup against those guys. Always tough.
Well, who's the harder matchup, Evansville or Huntsville?
I would say Huntsville.
Okay.
Huntsville, yeah, because I think they're in second.
Yeah.
Because
now,
it just seems like Evansville is like a really hard team for the Rivermen to do anything against, even though we've won against them. But I guess what I'm saying is,
it was definitely shaky at the start. Like the start,
right?
Yeah, they had our number. Admittedly,
I would like to see the new guy, Mikey, be the goalie, but at the same time,
you mean Connor? Connor?
Oh, that's McChesnick. That was Mikey. Okay, yeah, Connor
McChesney.
Anyway, my point being is the new guy. I didn't know, I couldn't remember who was better, was Evansville or Huntsville, but now that I heard that, I'm agreeing with Wade is to give Tino a rest, so that way when we go against Huntsville, that 3 game? Or is it 2 games?
Yeah,
I think it's 2 games. Yeah, Friday, okay, Saturday, I believe it is.
I'm getting mixed up with them saying we did 3 against them. But anyway, my point being is I'm agreeing, so that way when we go against a heavier team, and we'll have the better goalie, quote unquote, in the spot for the better team that we have to know we got to win against.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying there, and sometimes that matters, and then sometimes that doesn't matter. Because I mean, Tino could go down to Huntsville, and they might have his number. They might tear him up when he's in goal.
True.
We don't know. So it's one of those deals where it's like, yeah, I mean, we go with Tino next weekend. He is the most experienced. But like I said, he could be the most experienced, but next weekend we could go in there and they could score 5 goals on him. I mean, it's just one of those deals where it's like you gotta know the situation too when you go into games like that. Uh, and Eric says it, Tino's got the stick with Tino with the hot glove. I agree with that, but I don't agree with that because if you're going to go with that, then what are you going off of? Are you going off of just his wins? Because if you're going off wins, then Jack shouldn't have started on some of those games if he was the hot glove. If you know what I'm trying to say.
That makes sense.
So,
I can see that.
I mean, it's just one of those years where, like, I do agree with you. If you got a hot goaltender, go with them. But it's one of those deals too where, okay, you can overplay a goalie, get him tired, especially with Tino being a little older in the league now. You got to keep him fresh. So, I think honestly, if you want my honest opinion, I think Tino is on this 9-game winning streak is because he has been giving him rest.
Yeah, I totally agree with that completely.
Because I honestly think, yeah. Go ahead, Wade. What were you gonna say?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, look, normally I'm right there with Eric, on riding the hot hand, but this is one of the few times that I think alternating goalies has really helped Tino out and staying sharp and not overworking and overusing them because you don't want to fall into that trap. You don't want to become an Evansville Thunderbolts and start your goalie 19 times in a row. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't want to fall into that trap either. Especially because I still believe you got to play Connor McNamara because most likely he's going to get one of those starts in Huntsville too, and you need him sharp. You need him sharp and ready to go. I understand what Eric is saying. I get it, but at the same time, I think alternating Tino works for him. I think that's what's best for Tino.
And that's great, Eric. If he has a good history with Huntsville, so rest him tomorrow, start Connor, and then have him fresh, ready to go for Huntsville.
Yeah.
And maybe have him start both games. Because honestly, he's going to be on a 6-day rest, pretty much. I mean, besides practice, of course, but he's pretty much going to be on a 6-day rest. So, in my opinion, rest Tino tomorrow, start Connor, and go with Tino next weekend at Huntsville.
Let's see how Tino first game in Huntsville. Tino looks great. That first game, like you said, go ahead and start him that second game,
Yeah. I mean, but who? I mean, we also got to think of the unknowns too. Is Jack going to come back? So now, if Jack comes back, what do you do?
Yeah.
Do you start Jack right away on Friday, or do you start Jack Saturday?
Yeah.
So
tough decisions, if that happened.
Tommy Swan has a good question. What's y'all thoughts on the ranking, say 5th to 10th? Who's the creeper, and how do you think the bottom 5 play out for the playoffs? Well,
I mean,
that's a good question.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the sleeper in the bottom is going to be, and I hate to say it, but I think it's going to be Knoxville. I really do. I think Knoxville could be a sleeper. Because you know what they always say, just get in the playoffs. Anything can happen. Right. I mean, look at Evansville last year. Evansville was what? 7th seed or something like that.
Yep.
And I think Knoxville could be the sleeper. But I mean, of course, Fayetteville's down there. I don't know what's going on in Fayetteville. Usually they are not. I hate to say it. They're usually not this bad.
Yeah.
They're usually about a mid team. And who knows? I mean, Macon might run too. I don't know. Wade, what's your opinion on that question? I mean, I guess mine is probably Knoxville.
Yeah.
I mean, the points they're not spread out very far by points here.
No.
I mean, from 4th on down, they're not that far apart on points.
No, I mean, your top 3 teams this year, have been, I think, Rivermen, Havoc, and Ice Flyers. I think those have been the top 3
Yep.
teams this year. And the rest of them, I mean, it's kind of been inconsistent. Like, from 4 on down, not even just 5, but from 4 on down, 1 minute they look great, playing great hockey, and the next minute they can't win a game. So, I mean, it's just been inconsistent down there. And I agree with you. I think a dangerous team that could fly under the radar is Knoxville Ice Bears. I definitely agree with that. They could. Oh, Quad City Storm just scored. But, yeah, I do think.
Just in, breaking news.
Just in. But I do think, I would look out for a Knoxville team. The thing with Fayetteville Marksmen, they're just not scoring goals. They're just not. They're last in the team in goals scored and last on the power play. Ironically enough, because I see a lot of people jump on Mason Beaupit and Muse saying they're off. Actually, Fayetteville has got like the 2nd or 3rd least goals against. So they're actually doing pretty good in that department. It's just flat out, they're not Macon's outscoring them. I mean, they're not scoring goals there in Fayetteville for whatever reason. And so that's got to change. That's got to change, or they're in danger of missing the playoffs altogether, which, no, I wouldn't have picked that. With the team they got, I wouldn't have picked Fayetteville to miss playoffs. So
for me, I think I'm going to actually go with Quad City in this because they're 15-15. With only 4 overtime losses or something like that. 4 anyway.
Yeah, overtime losses they have. Yeah,
and I mean, they could get worse, but at the same time, they can only go up. And I mean, last week when we played against them, it was shootout overtimes. So, I mean, we were down people, but at the same time, they still showed they can be decent.
Yeah, and, I mean, I'm going to give the outlook here in the standings. I mean, in 4th place, you have Evansville with 38 points. You have Roanoke in 5th with 37 points.
Quad City 35.
Quad City's 35. Knoxville 33, Bowles 33, Macon 32, and Fayetteville with 31. There's not that many points separating those.
Right, and that's what I'm saying, because, I mean, Quad City can go on a streak themselves and win, 7 in a row and be up there with the rest of us.
But I
Huntsville.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say the sleeper is going to be Quad City for me. So
all right, so we got 2 for Knoxville and 1 for Quad Cities. Tommy, I hope that answered your question. When Fayetteville is on, they're sharp. It's just hard for them to stay consistent, and they are definitely lacking a promising goal scorer this season. And, they are, but I think Wade could back me up on this too. They have a goal scorer on their team. I don't know if they're using him properly, or is he just not getting in the right positions to score a goal? I don't know. But you guys do have a pretty decent goal scorer. I'll give you a little hint. He was one of us.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a goal scorer, and like I said, I'm not sure what's going on down there in Fayetteville. And Tommy, you're right. When they are on, they're on.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you guys got good goaltending down there. I mean, Bo Pitt's no slouch. I mean, he's a good goaltender. And then when Colby Muse is there, he's a decent goaltender. So, I mean, Quad City 2-0. So, yeah, first time you ever hear me say this. Come on, QC.
Hey, yeah.
But, yeah, no,
Go Ice Storms.
yeah. So, well, we're getting an ice storm, it seems like.
I haven't got nothing here yet. Wait.
But, yeah,
Never mind.
no.
I guess I am.
Yeah, the standings just it boggles my mind how close they are. My brother says he's going to go with the Rail Dogs for the sleeper. Yeah, I mean Roanoke is now no slouch too. I mean Brimner, when he gets his boys to play, they play.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those deals where Macon is coached now by Pazinski. He was the former Quad Cities coach. I haven't really had time to actually watch Macon. Wade, you might be able to help me out on this. Are they looking like the old Quad City Storm with the same playing style? Because I know Pazinski has a certain playing style.
Yeah, it's definitely a similar playing style. They're not afraid to be physical, just like Storm. Weren't afraid to be physical. They're really anchored by goaltending there. They rely a lot on it. You'd like to see them score more, but they have been playing a lot better lately, and they have been scoring goals lately. So, I mean, right now, Macon is one of those underdog teams that's like pretty much the definition of flying under the radar. I mean, when you see them pop up on your schedule, you're just like, that's not going to be too bad. That should be a win. Well, they just beat the Rail Yard Dogs like 5-3 last night. So I mean,
Yeah,
they're kind of that sneaky good. They can be good at times, but yeah, when they're off, I mean they're off, and not playing good hockey. So yeah, it's kind of a coin flip with them.
Okay. Before we get into start kind of wrapping this up, Roanoke has a ton of guys on the IR currently, and just like the rest of the teams, call-ups are hurting us. But that's the ultimate goal, is to see the boys advance. It is. It
Right.
is. And
Agree.
just like our Rivermen suitcase report, we're happy for all those guys. Like I said, we got 4 right now up in the E, and I'm actually going to hopefully see if Bostet's playing tonight. I'm not sure if he is or not, but if he is, I plan on hopefully maybe trying to watch it. And then I might see if I think Bloomington is playing today, so maybe I'll get to see Griffin Fox play. But before we get to our big 3 and kind of do our final discussion here, Ben, do you got any dirt racing news?
There's a bunch of racing starting down in Florida, and next week I believe they're starting. I think they call it the Winter Nationals. and it's going to be like basically a week long of racing at 2 to 3 tracks. So it's going to be good, and more to come with that.
Yeah, I believe they've already restarted racing. Bobby Pierce and I believe is Hedgecock, I believe, got into it last night. Um, they let's just say Hedgecock Bobby pierced him, and Bobby Pierce didn't like it, so he took him out. So yeah, it's one of them races. So yeah, so stay tuned. Like I said, we're going to be starting talking about racing here real soon. Because the race season is almost upon us. We are about 2.5 months away from racing starting here.
All right, the
Um,
Bloomington are playing the Indy Fuel tonight, about 1900 hours.
yeah, so 7 o'clock.
So 7 o'clock.
Um,
And who is boss on? I can't remember offhand. That's why I'm asking.
Tahoe.
Tahoe.
yeah, he's on Tahoe,
And they're in what league?
ECHO.
Okay, and
But
I'm looking real quick. Idaho.
yeah, so we're gonna be talking about
Yep.
racing here, and then
They are going to be at Kansas City at 18:05. So what? 6:05.
6:05.
So yeah, you're going to see Tino at 6:05 if you.
No, Bostet
Or Bostet.
at 6:05.
Dang it. It's cold here, guys, so I'm running a little slow because I'm an old fart here in this group. So bear with me.
But anywho,
Anyway,
so yeah, we'll get to the big three. So let's start our big three. Ben, go ahead and start our big three.
well, to rest the Tino for next weekend, I say go ahead and put the new guy in. That way he can get a little bit more time with the Rivermen and it being home, be in front of the crowd to get the home crowd feel and getting pumped up, to stop goals and whatnot. I liked, again, even though they didn't get the first goal, as I always say, I like to see them set the tone by getting the first goal in the first quarter, control the neutral zone, and just be good on defense. That would be my big three.
All right, Wade, give us your big three.
All right, my big three. Let's see, we're going to start with players. I'll go ahead and highlight our captain, Alec Bear. He normally plays a pretty decent game against Evansville Thunderbolts, so I look for him to have a big game, hopefully, against the Thunderbolts coming up here on Sunday. Guy number two, I think I'm going to go ahead and highlight Corey Dennis. I love this guy so much, and think he definitely embodies that Rivermen style of play. He's an aggressive defender and not afraid to shoot the puck, and I love that. So I got my eye on him, and then I think for my third guy, this one's tough. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go with Norica again because I just love the way that kid plays, and I think he could be a big asset in the game against Thunderbolts, using his length to his advantage. Like I said, he does that so well, and skates so well. So I look for him to have a big game. My three keys to the game is number one, get off to a fast start. Impose your will against the Thunderbolts. No slow starts. You have the opportunity to take rest today. You don't have to travel. That's going to be their third game in three. So, in my opinion, there's no reason why they should be getting off to a faster, better start than us. So, I want to see Rivermen get off to a fast start and really pressure and impose their will on Evansville Thunderbolts to start that game. Second key to the game is play physical and play smart, which
Right.
obviously means no taking bad penalties. Um, I want you guys to still be physical and play your game, but play, don't be undisciplined, I guess, if you will. And, don't be afraid to finish your checks on these guys and kind of bait them into taking some penalties. And my third key, especially because I kind of see it dipping lately, so it needs to be a key for them, is special teams. Power play, penalty kills playing fine, but power play is kind of dipping a little bit.
Yep.
And we need to step up on the power play. We're a good team. We're a good scoring team on the power play. When we have that man advantage, I don't want it to look like a 5-on-5. And they don't need to be too fancy. Get in the zone, set up, and get the puck on net and get us a goal on power play. So that's my 3 players and 3 keys.
All right. My big 3, I'm going to go players first. Two. My first player is Terry Ryder. Ryder has been playing really good defense. He's not afraid to stick his nose in there and be a little aggressive on the blue line. So yeah, I'm going to be watching Terry Ryder. My second one is Stovetsky. He is turning into a really good player for us, playing the center position. He kind of sees where he needs to be at. He knows where to be at, I should say. And he's been playing really good since he came from Quad Cities. And my third player I'm going to be watching is Chartrand. Tomorrow is going to be Evansville. Evansville is physical. I think Chartrand needs to step up a little bit. He is one of them antagonizers. So maybe get them to take a stupid penalty to get our power play a chance to score. He needs to keep doing what he's doing. He goes to the front of the net really hard, and he hopefully he can draw some penalties on Evansville. My first big 3 keys are again, control the neutral zone. I think we had a little bit of issue with that last night. At first, they started kind of getting better towards the end of the game,
Right.
but let's start at the beginning of the game and control the neutral zone. My second would be, and it's like beating a dead horse, but get pucks deep. Keep it out of the defensive zone. Last night, I did notice that we were playing a lot of time in our defensive zone sometimes, and we can't have that. We get players tired out there. That's when we start making silly mistakes, and we need to get it out of our defensive zone, get it deep into our offensive zone, and we should be okay. My third is don't play Evansville's game. Sometimes Evansville does come in. They're really aggressive. They start taking silly penalties, and just be smart. Don't take any unnecessary penalties. So that is my big 3. Looks like Erica, Dennis, McChesney, and Norica. Once McChesney gets hot he usually stays hot for a few games, and I hope he does. It was really good to see him score last night. Looks like my brother had a couple. Start the new guy, definitely going to be watching McChesney and play strong offense and defense. Yeah, and all of those are valid. Like I said, I think they need to like Wade said, start fast early. Like he said, I don't think there's really a reason why we can't do that. We got today off. I see that Eric says Quad Cities is leading now 3-0. So I think Evansville is going to come in tomorrow a little tired. So with us having fresh legs, having a day off, I really think there's no reason for us not to start fast. I believe that's all I pretty much have. I do have to ask one question though. Wade, did you ever figure out what Mr. Microphone says at the end of the game? Is it winna?
I can't. I don't know. I honestly don't.
Me and my wife's been trying to figure out what he says. He goes, "That's a Riverman." I want to say he says "winna," but I don't know. Maybe Eric says knows. Can you help us out, Eric? I don't know what he says.
I'm not sure either.
Right.
But in my defense, I'm busy celebrating at the time, so a lot of the time,
Yeah. Yeah, and then like I said, I'm busy celebrating, but like sometimes I just listen, and I can't understand a word he's saying, and I know he says that's a Riverman, and I don't know what he says after Riverman. I'm wanting to say he says winna, but I don't know. So if anybody knows what he says, let us know, please, because that would be some good.
Right.
Well, now I'm going to be listening
information
for sure.
Now we're going to be listening for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, just to kind of recap, like I said, we had a new section in the show, the Rivermen Suitcase Report. Gillette is with Utah. Bostet's with Tahoe. Devine is with Reading, and Fox is with Bloomington. Tomorrow, Rivermen play Evansville, 3:15 puck drop, and
post game skate afterwards.
Yeah, post game skate with the team afterwards, which my son is excited. He loves skating with the team. Gives him a little more ice time, which you can never have too much ice time.
Right.
So
it's just like at the racetrack. You can never have too much track time.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, anybody else got anything they want to mention or?
No, just
good.
We went over the game and oh, here we go. One more time.
Oh
yeah, one more time, Wade. Before we end this, go ahead and give a shout out to Bayleaf.
With pleasure. Go down on to Bayleaf Indian Restaurant and Bar. Go get you some good food to eat. Excuse me. These guys have excellent food, excellent service. I've had people that's never tried Indian food before tell me they've gone down there and they love it, and they've made return trips since. So, I mean, look, even if you've never had Indian food before, or don't think you'll like it, just give it a try. You will be pleasantly surprised. I promise you will be. And like I said, you're afraid food will be too spicy. Excuse me. They have milder versions of the food, and they will tame that heat for you, so you don't have to worry about that. My fiance has zero spice palate, does not like spicy food, and she loves the food there. So,
no, that's good. That's good to know.
So, like I said, just broaden your horizons a little bit. Go on there, try them out. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Yeah. So go on down to Bayleaf Indian Restaurant and Bar. Tell them that Wade sent you, and maybe one day you'll see Wade down there before a game.
Or maybe all three of us if we ever get a chance. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. So on behalf of myself, Big Ben, and Wade, thank you for listening. Thank you for liking, sharing the page. We are getting I'm trying to get more content for you guys. I'm working on it. We're working a little bit on the racing side as well.
Mhm.
So, as always, we're going to end this show with what style do we try to keep it, Wade?
We always keep it Rivermen style.
All right, everybody. You all enjoy your great Saturday. Stay warm, everybody.